Hey y'all, welcome back to Santino Sunday Cigar Review. This week we're going to be doing the Joya de Nicaragua Numero Uno, so stay tuned.
Get it.
Alright, welcome back everyone to Santino's Sunday Cigar Review. I'm Mike and I'm here with my protege Maddy and Sparks behind the camera. Thanks for being here. Really excited today folks because 2 days post-op, and for some of you that are disappointed that I woke up from surgery, I'm sorry. For the rest of you, we're going to talk about a classy cigar today. Period. So, this Numero Uno by Joya de Nicaragua. Overly impressed.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin, folks. Forget about the price. Don't ask. This is by far one of the best cigars I've ever smoked. It's touted as on a little card here. It was originally designed for world leaders, diplomats, presidents, dignitaries, all those things, and it fits the bill. Everybody always wants a Cuban cigar, Cuban this, Cuban that. This cigar is Cuban-esque, and Maddy can explain a little bit about that in the next segment. But folks, it's by far better than most Cubans I've ever smoked. Usually I don't delve into the construction of a premium quality cigar because there's no need to. We already know how good they're constructed. But it's what I really like about this, and I will talk a little bit about it, is you don't get those medium to thick protruding veins in the light cream colored wrapper, which is Maddy will get into this, but it is an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. Just beautiful, visibly, beautiful construction. Look at that long ash, not trying to do this, folks, just the way that it's smoking. I have so much I want to say, but let's pause and keep the interest going to the next segment, so stay tuned.
Hey y'all, while Mike's smoking into that a little bit more, I'm going to talk a little bit about the basics and everything of this cigar. So this cigar has, as Mike has said previously, an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper and Nicaraguan binders and fillers in it. And overall, this cigar is really, really well constructed. And he was talking about the Cuban-esque thing on it as well. Actually got the Cuban triple cap on the top of it, which is really hard for a roller to do, and honestly this cigar is just kind of almost a feat in the torsadors and how they're able to roll it. This cigar has a couple of different sizes. The size that Mike is smoking today is called a La Premier. It's a weird size. It's a cross between a Lonsdale and a Lancero, and it's 6 7/8 inches by 48 for the ring gauge. This cigar is now, as I'm sure all of you are aware, Mike is a huge fan of the smaller ring gauge cigars, and most of these Numero Unos only come in pretty smaller ring gauges. That's also another Cuban-esque thing about this cigar. You hardly will ever find a Cuban that's in a 52 and up ring gauge because it's just, they don't, Cuban rollers don't really like making really thick cigars like how most American cigars are. And it's really kind of more Cuban-esque than anything I've ever seen in a non-Cuban cigar. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm so excited about this. There's so many things. I mean, we could talk an hour about this cigar, but we're going to keep it brief. Right on the label it says Maestro, so it translates to masterpieces. I mean, this cigar really is a masterpiece. We've talked about, who it was designed for, who originally smoked it. This wasn't an everyday cigar. This was for dignitaries. I've smoked that first third. I'm already well into the second third. And I have to say, I want to make a little distinction. We're used to Nicaraguan tobacco, being body, being spicy, being earthy, all the things associated with incredible Cuban tobacco. But this is different. the spices are sweet and mild. And look, don't misconstrue this, anybody. That doesn't mean it tastes like a flavored sweet cigar. It has nothing, less than zero to do with that. But what I say when I say sweet spices, I'm talking about you get a little curry, you get a little nutmeg, you get a little chili powder, you get a little bit of tang, citrus, you get a little bit of brown sugar. It's everything you don't typically associate with flavors from a cigar. But that's very typical of real Cuban cigars, and I think that's what this is designed to be like.
Yeah.
All the way from construction to taste. But and I will say, in strength it's considered mild. In body it's considered mild to medium, and in flavor it's considered medium to full, which is exactly what you want. So for all the people that only smoke Maduros, or you have to try this cigar. This cigar truly is a masterpiece, and it fits everyone's criteria. I even get a little bit of peanut brittle. I get a little bit of floral aspects. Not exactly like floral when you think of gin, but floral in a different way. Can't really put my finger on it. It's supposed to be an hour and 50-minute smoke. I'm smoking this probably closer to like 45 minutes to an hour because I really enjoy it. So I'm smoking it pretty hot, pretty quickly. All right, we'll take a pause here and we'll wrap this thing up, so stay tuned.
Alright guys, so for a little bit I'm going to talk about the rarity of the cigar. So for what I've heard, each size only has 1,500 boxes produced total per year. Now that's about 37,000 cigars in total produced for the entire world for the whole year. Here at Santino's we have two different sizes of the cigar, so we have 2 boxes of it, and honestly this cigar is really rare to come by, and we only really got it because we're a part of the Drew State Diplomat program, but it's so good.
Yes, and shout out to Ben Pearson. Thank you, Ben, for sticking with me for these 5 years. Thanks. As far as I'm just starting my third, all I can really say at this point, the only subtle differences I've noticed in the second third to the beginning of the third is the spices have picked up a little bit more in the second and third, which is going to please the avid cigar smokers. So they just get a little bit more pronounced. Is what I'm getting. Everything has stayed the same. Great. Maddy's talked about the construction. It holds a really nice ash. It's not really a gray ash. It's a darker ash. Now that's probably because I am smoking this really fast.
Yeah.
The faster you tend to smoke, the darker the ash, I believe, becomes. So that's indicative of the way I'm smoking this, not necessarily the typical process of smoking a normal cigar in a normal fashion. So really, that's all I have for the third. Pros and cons, something new we've started. For me, I'm probably going to say this is the first cigar I've ever smoked with no con. The only con for me is you can't get more boxes. So this isn't a home run. This is a grand slam.
Yeah.
Once again, Drew Estate has come out with another masterpiece. Maddy, how about you?
So everything of the construction of this cigar is par to none from what I'm looking at it. It's so beautifully wrapped. You got the beautiful cap on it and everything, and that's my huge pro, is that it's a beautifully constructed cigar. Like it's a masterpiece, as it said on there.
And I hate to interrupt, but I want to jump back in. One thing I do want to say: this is part of a larger series. It's part of the Joya de Nicaragua, and so it's part of the 1970 series, the Cinco de Cadas, the Cuatro Cinco, all the this is a premium cigar out of
Yeah.
that bunch. And of course, we carry all the other ones. And folks, if you've never had a Joya de Nicaragua or any of the nicer selections or rarer selections like the Cinco de Cadas or the Cuatro Cinco, try one, because this whole series is just a hit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maddy.
And same thing with Mike as well. The only con is the rarity of the cigar. You're not going to hardly be able to find any of them, and that's what the real big con is, because, God, it's really well constructed, it's really beautiful, just, it's so rare, and that's going to be so awful as far as price and everything is concerned too.
And I don't know how this cigar will smoke outside, but I recommend this for an inside or lounge cigar. I don't recommend this for going to the golf course, okay, or being outside. It may do really well, but just maybe a little helpful tip for some people.
Yeah.
Maddy, wrap us up and get us out of here.
Alright, so I think that's about good. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our description for the website and all of the events we might have planned coming up. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you can be alerted whenever all of our videos go live. And I think that's about it, unless you have anything else.
Nope. Remember, here at Santino's, we drink.
We smoke and we know things. Have fun, y'all.
Cheers.